Yeah, yeah, we're here. We're doing it. Against all the odds. Late night last night. Long day yesterday. Scramble golf tournament. Birdie juice was had. Not too much birdie juice though because the team was slacking. But nonetheless, we made it here for Tea Time Tailgate. If you are watching, if you're new, if you're old, if you're a fan, if you're just tuning in for the first time, if you're curious, if you're like, what's this little thing I'm watching? Let me tell you. During football season, well, this is a live stream broadcast, a sports broadcast. During football season, I broadcast alongside NFL games on Monday Night Football and Thursday Night Football every single week. And on Sunday, this is probably my favorite. What Tea Time Tailgate is your ultimate source for NFL picks, fantasy advice. Um, I was giving out Survivor picks, but I'm out now. I picked the Packers last week. That one hurt. And overall, just to how to enjoy your Sunday to the fullest. You have to do it through Tea Time Tailgate. I will be your guiding source. I will be your navigator. Consider me Ferdinand Magellan. And this quest that we are going on is to this quest that we're going on isn't going to circumnavigate the world. We're trying to circumnavigate a good Sunday. You got the four horse. That's already locked in, and thank you for tuning in. Mac, if you are, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna fucking reward you. I'm gonna reward you. Since you are here, since you showed up, that is a true essence of a tea timer. Showing up when you need to show up. I'm gonna give you the horse race at the end. You can come around the end. That's gonna be around 12:15, 12:30. So I don't want to keep you waiting. If no one else joins this, you will have. You know what? You'll have all the horses except for one. If that one horse wins, then Evan wins this month. If any other horse wins, you win this month. You will win the horse race giveaway. So give me the one number that you don't want. Give me the one number that you don't want. I appreciate you being here. Um, I want to set the tone for Sunday and what this Sunday particularly means. This is the last Sunday of September. So this what I was referencing was my horse race giveaway every month. But during every tea time show, we have multiple horse races where I roll a die, and if you're in the chat, first come, first serve, you pick a number on the die. Told you I'm struggling. That number gets rolled, you move up one, and then the first horse to finish the race wins. Whoever wins the most horse races at the end of a month, they win the giveaway. This month we're giving away a box of Truefield golf balls. So it's looking like Mac's going to be that guy, but we'll wait and see. The last horse race is going to be at the end of the show. This will be the last horse race in the month. But then we're right back in October. What is also important is this is the last Sunday of September. So you don't really get days like this much often during football season because the weather is starting to change. And right now, it's a sunny 75 degrees in Boston. It's absolutely beautiful out. And this is a reminder that you need to enjoy your Sundays as much as you can. You need to enjoy your Sundays to the fullest extent during football season. People think that Sunday, they like to transition back towards the week. They're taking it easy. They're almost in their heads already working, already thinking about the work week. We need to slow that roll. We need to slow down. We need to enjoy this day for all it's worth. What's going to be critical is having a football in the household because you're going to be tossing it around with your family, with your friends, and the next thing you know, it's transitioning from the 1 o'clock slate to the 4 o'clock slate, and you're like, let's go toss the pigskin in the middle of the street. You're throwing go routes, you're throwing posts, and you want to get some outside time today. Is what I'm trying to emphasize, and that all starts with just getting a football in your hand. So that's gonna feel good. When it comes down to the food today, here's what I'm feeling. And this could change like on a dime, and this could change any given Sunday. But here's what I'm feeling right now. It needs to be a sustenance meal at first. I'm not talking a ton because we need to be here for the longevity. We don't need to crap out at first. We want something that's not going to weigh us down, that's not going to slow us down because, like I said, we're trying to have a big, beautiful day today. And if you start your day with a pizza, you're calling it a day at that point. Once you have a pizza and it's 12 p.m., you're not going anywhere from there. What I would like is I think you can go sub. I think you can go sub to start off, like a steak tip sub. That sounds beautiful. I would even, and this is uncommon for me to say, but I would even go as far to say is get a steak tip salad. Get like a chicken Caesar salad, a Greek salad with chicken. It's going to be enough sustenance to keep you going throughout the day, but it's not going to slow you down. And still, it's got that good taste to it. It's not. It's pretty healthy. It's probably the most healthy thing that you'll ever be eating on a Sunday, but we're here for the longevity. We want to go outside. We don't want to tuck it in early. So make sure you're not starting your day off with Chinese food either. That's gonna be something that we do later on. Save the Chinese for later on because I've been craving Chinese. I think that's why I'm going to be ending my day. And on cue, my nose is just super itchy right now. My nose is super itchy. Don't get any sick, twisted thoughts. No, there isn't any substance going on right here. But this is a show of substance. This is the only substance that you need is tea time. All right, so without further ado, enough of a preamble. Let's start getting into these picks. I mean, I'm excited. As you can tell, I love football. I love a football Sunday. It's like they're having a holiday every single week. All right. Here we go. All right, so this game already started. I put in my picks before the game started. We have a game going on right now, which is a lot of fun. Let me check in on the score of that game. Actually, it is 6-21 in favor of Pittsburgh. So this is getting into my pick. So we got this game in Dublin right now. Vikings at the Steelers, consider a home game for the Steelers, but I guess the sentiment still reigns true for this. The Steelers were getting 2.5 points, and my philosophy is if Mike Tomlin is a home dog, you bet that every single time. He knows that every single time, and he plays against that. The Steelers and Tomlin, they need something to play against. They need something to fuel their fire, and being a home dog, that's enough for them. So I wish the only reason I changed this is because they're not actually at home. They're in Dublin. But I guess it doesn't matter. The Steelers are plus 2.5. They're winning this game right now by 15 points. I picked the Vikings. I picked the Vikings minus 2.5. The over-under was 41. I like the over. That doesn't look very good either. Total 27 right now. And I also had a Jefferson TD. Guys, trying to fuel myself. I'm trying to, like I said, this day's about longevity. If I don't get me some of that, I'm not gonna make it to the end of this 1 hour show. Okay. I picked the Jefferson TD just because I felt like he was due. He's getting the ball a lot. He has 9 receptions right now for almost 100 yards. So he's having a great game, but he doesn't have that touchdown. Looking like we're starting off with 2 losers. I do want to point to my record over here, 39-49. I mean, 44%. That's not terrible. You can live with that. Your pockets are a little lighter, but not that much lighter. It's still manageable. And I got a little bit greedy with my mortal lock last week. I had a couple beverages going into the show for the first time, and I picked Steph Diggs to have a touchdown. They were looking for him in the end zone. It just didn't happen. I thought he was gonna have a huge day because of that Cardi B kid announcement. He's having a kid with Cardi B. Yeah, that was a little outlandish, a little foolish, a little silly, and then my mortal lock suffered because of it. My real mortal lock would have been the 49ers. I picked the 49ers for my mortal locks for the first 3 weeks, and they won every single week. A little preview. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next game. Eagles at Bucks. Bucks plus 3.5 at home. Over under 44 points. So last year the Bucks were one of the only teams to really handle the Eagles. They beat them pretty good at home, and as you guys know from my stream, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, with the 2 boys, Nate and Obi. When we were rooting for the Bucks, we were Pirates ourselves. I'm a huge Bucks fan. I love the Bucks ever since Brady had played there, and I love Baker. Baker is my favorite player in the NFL. So, like I mentioned on the show before, you can't. Your money doesn't have a heart, so don't bet with your heart. You need to bet with your brain. Oh, don't worry. We're getting to the fantasy. But what was I gonna say? You distracted me, Job. Oh, so like I said, I'm a huge Bucks fan, but I'm not. I can't bet with my heart. I think the Eagles are a better team right now. It's just a better team overall. They're looking like the best team in the NFL, honestly. My buddy Obi doesn't think so. He thinks they could easily be 0-3. I think they really handled and controlled all three of their victories up till this point. I think they're gonna be looking for revenge against the Bucks. Jalen Hurts seems like that type of guy where he's looking for revenge all summer 16, like Drake. Um, yeah, so my pick is the Eagles here. I got the Eagles -3.5. I like them. I think they have a good showing, and also the Bucks are very very injured. Godwin's questionable to play. Igbuka's dealing with an injury. Evans is out. They're missing a lot of key players. I think they're missing some offensive linemen too. So, I mean, I think it's Eagles. I really do, and I like Hurts to get a touchdown in that game. That's what I also have. I can imagine. I mean, it's either him or Barkley every game. Him and Barkley every game. Most oftentimes it's both of them, but I like specifically Hurts to get a touchdown. They're about the same odds. So if you like Barkley, go for the Barkley. Tea time and tea time tailgate is we're going with the Hurts for the touchdown. All right, next game: Saints at Bills. Bills are -15. Woof, that is a lot. And over under is 48. Over under is 48. As you can tell, if you've been watching football up till this point, the Saints are one of the worst teams in the league, and they're looking like it. And they had an embarrassing, soul-crushing loss last week to the Seahawks. And the Bills, I mean, I just said this about the Eagles, but they're looking like one of the best teams in the NFL and a Super Bowl favorite. They are my Super Bowl pick for this year. I think they're going to win it all. And they're not screwing around. They're going to win this game, obviously, by 15 points. Yes, I had to check my pick. I had to double check to make sure I had that. Yeah, they're gonna win by 15 points. I think probably gonna be like a 30-10 game, maybe like even a 35-3 game. It's gonna be gross. It's gonna be ugly. This is a game that never sees the light of day. It never once it's not on red zone at all. Like you never want to put it on TV. This is not something that you want to watch. This Saints Bills game. They should not play this game and just chalk it up as an L for the Saints. I mean, imagine rolling up to a football because you think any given Sunday, these Saints players, especially Alvin Kamara, because he's been on good teams, he's been on bad teams, he must know that his team is so shit. Oh my God, I feel bad. Imagine rolling up to the game knowing that you're 15-point dogs. It's hard to find the motivation to go get hit by 300-pound men. What do I like? Shakir over 41 and a half yards. What my philosophy with the Bills this year has been is especially if they're playing a shit team where they can really control the game and have fun with it, they're going to be screwing around playing grab ass because this game's going to be so easy for them. What they try to do is whoever did not get the ball a lot the week before, they're going to give that person the ball a lot the next game. Shakir only caught one ball. He's their number one receiver. 41 and a half yards is not many yards at all. He's not as high volume as you think. Like you think 41, he should get that every time. He really doesn't. He had like 12 yards last week. But if you go with the Bills' philosophy, they give it when they play a shit team. They're going to give it to the guy that did not get the ball that much last week, and that's Shakir. So Shakir over 41 and a half yards. Saints. Oh no, we just did that. Oh, here we go. My Patriots. It's Panthers at Patriots. Patriots are -5.5. Over under 43. So the Panthers last week they won 30-zip on the Falcons. The Patriots last week had a soul crushing loss of their own because we really controlled the game. We dominated the game, but 5 turnovers. We turned over the ball 5 times, and really you can't win a game like that. It's truly, truly awful. That being said, the offense looked good and the defense was okay too. It was, man, I mean, I'm still pissed off about that, but the Panthers these are two not good teams. The Panthers are not a good team. The Patriots are not a good team. But the Panthers are a worse team than the Patriots. That's a fact. The fact that this line, so this is a line that didn't make sense to me. So when something stinks, follow your nose because you want to be like a hound dog, like one of those police dogs. When something stinks, you want to find the problem. So really the Patriots should never be favored by 5.5 points against anyone because, like I said, they're not a good team. But and especially the Panthers, they won big last week. They won 30-0 against what people are thinking are a good Falcons team. The Patriots should not be favored by 5.5, and that's exactly why I'm taking the Patriots minus 5.5. And this is another thing that follow the stink. Just follow the stink. I'm telling you, you might not like what you find, but you're gonna have fun doing it. And if you watch the Patriots game last week, if you have Ramondre Stevenson on your fantasy team, you'll see that he fumbled the ball twice. One of them going through the end zone. He was about to score, fumbled. And you know the Patriots have a zero tolerance for fumbles, for turning the ball over. At least they used to. But Coach Vrabel came out this week and he said, we need Ramondre. They didn't say he was going to get any discipline for his fumbling, and I don't think Travion Henderson is the guy that everyone thought he was going to be, at least not yet. He's not ready yet. They need Stevenson to win. He's been looking great this season. They're going to want to feed him the rock. They're going to want to give him confidence. He's scoring a touchdown, and I'm excited about that. I'm a Stevenson. He can go. But sometimes he's so boring. Sometimes he doesn't do shit. He's not an exciting player, but he's been out with the Patriots for a while. I like the guy. I do. All right, now next game, Commanders at Falcons. Falcons are -2. The over/under is 43. So I have a guy, Mikey Poudre. He gives me a pick of the week every single week, and he is 3-0 on his picks. His pick this week was the Atlanta Falcons. They were getting a 1.5 earlier this week, and I think the news that Daniels was out was finalized, and they have turned from it was +1.5, and now it's -2 for the Falcons with Mariota playing in. Also, Terry McLaurin's out. I think they have a couple other injuries. I know their running back, Krosky Merritt, he's questionable. I don't I like to zag when people are zigging, so when I heard this, when everyone is going on the Falcons, I want to go the other way, but I'm going to stick with my guy, Mikey Poudre. I'm going to see him towards the end of this week. I'm excited to see you, buddy. We're going to have some fun in Connecticut. But I'm going with my guy. I'm going with this pick. It's going to be, we're doing Falcons -2. We didn't get it at a good number. We liked it better at +1.5, but we still like it at -2. We're going to do that shit. Do that shit. I'm going to do that shit, okay? And then, what do we got here? A Debo touchdown. We got Debo Samuel going to score a touchdown. I mean, especially with McLaurin out, I think they're going to feed him the ball. I think he's going to see a couple handoffs. I actually like a prop if you want to get proppy and prop yourself up with a prop bet for Do-Re-Mi, then put Debo rushing yards on there. I think he's going to have at least 20 rushing yards today. All right, Browns at Lions. The Lions are -10. The over/under is 44.5. The Browns aren't a good football team, but they beat a very, very good football team last week in the Green Bay Packers. That sucked. That hurt. I had the Packers in my survivor, and my motto was just pick the good teams. Don't try to save the good teams for later. Don't be like, the Packers are one of the best teams. Let's save them for later on. Let's pick them now and let's win. It didn't work out so well. They were up 10-0 with 2 minutes to go. They got a good defense, the Browns. Their offense leaves something to be desired, and everything that their offense desires is what the Lions have. The Lions are one of the best offenses in the NFL without Ben Johnson still. They have players that boom. They have players that go. That type of player. And those are the type of players that you need to score a lot of points. And I think they're going to score a lot of points today despite the Browns defense. I like the Lions here, -10. It's a big spread. I think the Browns aren't good. They got lucky last week, and I think the Lions are very good, and they're coming off a big win. Lions -10. St. Brown's going to get another touchdown, too. Watch out for him to get in the end zone. He's a dog. They're going to feed it to him. I like St. Brown. All right, next game. I just got to keep my phone in my hand, I guess. Chargers at Giants. Giants at +6.5 at home. I skipped one. I'll keep running with this. Giants +6.5 at home. Over/under 43. Trap game, you think? I can't buy into that Hot Dog FC superfan. Hot Dog FC superfan, can you actually talk to Hot Dog FC owner and see what he thinks? Do you guys always align on your thinking, or do you just follow anything that the Hot Dog FC owner does? That's the type of questions that I'm asking now, guys. We're also at 28 viewers. We're climbing up right now. Can we get to 50? Can we get to 50 and break a record? Let's double what we got right now. If you're watching, tell more people to come on because we're having fun. So we're on Chargers versus Giants. Man, this is a spread. I don't know why I think this, but when a spread is large, like over 3 points, and it stays there, I think it's pretty accurate. I think it's pretty accurate. I think so. All right, let me back up a little bit because I can't properly explain that thought. So we're actually not even gonna explain it. Now that's a true super fan. Kudos to you. All right, so let me give you this thought instead. Brian Daboll loves Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is getting his first NFL start today, and Daboll's seat, the seat that he currently sits on in his office in the Meadowlands, it is on fire. It is like if you turn the pan on, if you turn the heat on the stove, you turned it up all the way, put it under his seat. That's the exact temperature of his seat right now. If the Giants stink with Dart, he's getting fired. Maybe before the end of this year, but definitely at the end of this year. And this is his guy. He needs to make a statement to show that, hey, the reason the Giants suck as a team is because of the quarterbacks that I have not chosen. I didn't want Russell Wilson. I didn't want Daniel Jones. So he did want Jackson Dart. So if he's able to show that he can win with Dart, he needs to. He's going to be throwing the kitchen sink at this game. They need to get a dub, or at least look competent. So I got the Giants plus 6.5 in this one. Scatterbo over 55 rushing yards. I think he's starting to come on the scene. He's coming on the scene hot. Coming onto the scene hot. And I think just having Dart with him, they're gonna have like a read option type of offense where Dart can rush the ball, Scatterbo can rush the ball, and when Dart can rush the ball, Scatterbo is going to benefit from that as well. So I think his usage and his efficiency is going to go up with him in the game instead of Russell Wilson. So I expect a big game out of Bo to scatter Bo. He's going to scatter that Bo all the way to 55 yards. Actually, 56 is what he needs to get the over, and then keep going up from there. Next game here. Oh, so I missed one earlier because this is a stinker of a game. This is another one that you just don't want to watch. We have the Titans at the Texans. Texans -7, over under 39. The Texans are 0-3. The Titans are 0-3. This is an interdivision matchup. Both these teams stink. The Titans stink worse than the Texans. I know that for sure. I mean, for the Texans to be getting 7 points, though, yeah, I like Nico. You're thinking one step ahead of me, Hot Dog FC super fan. But I think it's kind of egregious to the Texans getting 7 points, but I think that goes to show how bad the Titans are. The over/under 39, that's a mistake. The Vegas made a mistake putting it that low because I think the Titans defense stinks. The Texans defense is pretty good. The Titans defense stinks. And the Texans offense needs to show up today. They need a win today so badly. And also, they need to show some competency on offense. I love the over 39, and I love Collins for a TD. Nico Collins TD and the over. So this has been my problem. Do you think YouTube allows for the press ham, or are they gonna? Is that something that they would censor? This is the problem that I have. Is when I do this show and I have these picks and I say it in front of a camera, I get that much more excited about them, and I think I'm going to win every single one. If you you do 2 bets on every NFL game, you're not going to win. And I want to bet on every single NFL game. I'll do it twice over. But my problem is that if I just pick a few picks, if I just gamble or do a few bets from the show, and the ones that I pick to bet lose, and then the ones that I don't pick to bet win, that's going to be maddening. So now I'm in a tough spot. I'm in a tough spot now, but this is what I do for the people, and hopefully you all can get some wins off of this. All right, so we got Colts. Next game is the Colts at the Rams. Rams minus 3.5, over under 49.5. People are too high on the Colts. They're going to come crashing down like a rocket that's plummeting into Earth and just went into our atmosphere. There's no parachute on this team. They're going to come crashing down. They are not a good football team. Let me repeat this. They're not a good football team. I don't care how much hype is around them right now. I don't care how good Daniel Jones has looked so far. I don't think they're good. The Rams, on the other hand, are a good football team. Bet everything on it. That's a good strategy now. Yeah, that's a good strategy. I love the Rams in this game. Minus 3.5. I will take that. They're one of the better teams in the NFL. They're a playoff team for sure. And this was another mistake by Vegas. This was another mistake by Vegas on this over-under. This over-under is extremely high. It's 49.5. I like this bet more than the spread, but had to do both because I like this so much. Under 49.5. The Rams have a good defense. The Colts are going to have a tough time in LA scoring. It's going to be maybe like a 28-10 game. This is a low scoring affair for the Colts. So we really, really, really like the under 49.5. Kyron Williams, you know that running back on the Rams, when they hand it to him and he goes forward, yeah, he's going to go forward into the end zone today and get himself a touchdown. So throw your money on that too. Throw your money on that too. We're at 28 viewers. 29, right as I said it, guys. This thing's climbing up. I want people, if you're watching, share it. Tell your friend. Tell your friend to watch. Because I know this world, sadly, it's about money. And if your friends, your family, and yourself, you like money, you share this with them. Because Tony Murr and Tea Time Tailgate, we're giving out great picks. I'm feeling great about it. And it's not just because of the excitement being on camera. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What do we got for the next game? We got the Bears. We got the Bears at the Raiders. Raiders -1, over under 48. Both. All right, let me I'll take a quick peek at that Group B parlay. So Hot Dog FC Superfan, this is his parlay that I would like to share with the people. Over 5.5 receptions for Nico Collins. I like that. Washington Commanders at Falcons. Darnell Mooney over 3.5 grabs. I don't like that. Eagles at Bucks. Bucky Irving plus 53 rushing yards. I do like that. And then over 62 rushing yards for Omari and Hampton. I love that. I like this. I kind of want to do this and take out Mooney. The Mooney thing ain't talking to me. It ain't speaking to me. The rest is. The rest 50 to win 385, he says. That's good. So not only do you have Tony Murr's picks, but also now you have Hot Dog FC Superfans picks. I like that parlay. My one piece of advice is I'm taking out Mooney. But he did say the analytics department got their hands on it, so you should feel pretty good about it. All right, let me do this again because I like saying it. We got the Bears versus the Raiders. Last week, I don't think it was all that impressive. I wasn't impressed, per se. Let me see this. The Raiders, they haven't looked good either, but the Bears' defense is god-awful. I think Geno Smith is going to have a day back there. He's going to have a field day. I think there's going to be a little bit too much. The Bears are a team that people like to get hyped around. I mean, there's a lot of talk about the Bears. They're a big market. They got Caleb Williams, a former #1 pick. They got the new Ben Johnson, young coach. I think there's a lot of hype in there, and I think that's why the spread is what it is. I like the Raiders -1. I think they win this game. And like I said, the Bears' defense is terrible. You can pass all over these guys. And from watching the Raiders dismantle the Pats earlier this year, I love Brock Bowers. Oh, see, this is why. Let me see. This is why you come in here. Hey, Landy. All right, so any changes you would make to this lineup? He's got Bo Nix, Gibbs, Hampton, Garrett Wilson, I assume, London, Warren, Derrick Henry, Ibuka starting. The bench is Fields, Pearsall, Myers, Golden, Dobbins. I think Dobbins is gonna have a good game today. I think Pearsall is gonna have a good game today. I honestly I like the players on your bench. It's just hard to swap them out with any. These guys are all starters. These guys are all. Who's Warren? You can't take him out. He's already playing right now, right? Jalen Warren on the Steelers. You can't take him out right now. Ah, man, what do I like? Tyler Warren on. Oh, okay. I mean, I do think your bench guys are gonna have a good game, but there's no one that you can really take out and feel good. I think Hampton's gonna have a big game for you. I like him. I think Derrick Henry's gonna have a big game. They're gonna have to throw it to Egbuka. Um, I would keep it honestly, but just know that your bench might go off this week. I do think Pearsall, Myers, Gold, and Dobbins all gonna have good weeks. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that to fuck with you, but good luck today. Hey, Landy. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you like that advice, just to keep your current starting lineup. All right, what else we got here? I think I'm not sure if I got this point across, but Bowers TD, he's gonna get in there. Hey, there we go, hey Landy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Next game, Packers -6.5 at the Cowboys. Over under. Oh, I'm telling you right now, Big J. Thanks for coming on. Packers -6.5 at Cowboys. Over under 46.5. So we got Micah Parsons, or I never know if it's Micah or Micah, but either way, Parsons returning to Jerryland, returning to Dallas. This time as an opponent, not playing for the Dallas Cowboys. He's gonna have a huge game. He's gonna come out like a wild animal. He's been performing like a wild animal this season because of the vengeance and anger he feels towards Dallas not paying him what he deserved. And he looks like one of the best players in the whole NFL, honestly. I think he could be the best defensive player. I'm with you, Big J. I like the Packers here. I think the Cowboys, they had a bad loss last week to the Bears, and I think the Bears are a bad team. The Packers are a good team, and they had a terrible loss last week to the Browns. And I think just for Parsons in general, they're going to want to show up to this game and show that they're there for their guy. I like the Packers -6.5 here. I'm with you, Big J. And then, as Hey Landy was asking before, this pick was written down beforehand. Hey Landy, and this is a bet that I keep going back in on, but he's eventually going to cash in on it, and I want to be a part of it. I think this is a game that the Packers score a lot of points. They're going to be airing the ball out. I think it's time for the rookie Golden. He's going to get in the end zone for his first NFL touchdown. So that's why I like him today. Let's see here. And then last game, oh my God. This is the Sunday night. Wait, is this tomorrow? I don't know what time is. I gotta look this up. Ravens versus Chiefs. When's this game? When's this game? Oh my God. So I said the night game before. So that Packers game was the night game. I should have been more in tune with when each game was being played. I'll be better. I was doing this hungover in bed earlier today, so give me a freaking break. 4:25 on the Ravens Chiefs game. That game's awesome. They're both 1-2, and so one of these teams are going to walk away 1-3. And honestly, I think the Ravens are a playoff team. I think if the Chiefs lose this game, they don't even make the playoffs. The Ravens are -3. The over/under is 48. I like the Ravens here. The Ravens they've looked like the best team. They look like the worst team. You, Big J, you get too greedy with these you get too greedy with these alternate lines. You get too greedy with these alternate lines. Don't take that. Don't take that. The Chiefs are washed, and I think the Ravens, despite their record, they're still a good team. That was a bad loss for them on Monday. They're gonna want to come back. They're a really good offense. I like the under in this game actually, 48. I'm gonna take that as well, but I got the Ravens here, -3. I think the Chiefs are gonna be 1-3 for the first time in God knows how long, and I don't think they make the playoffs after this. I like the Ravens in that spot, but goddamn, what a game that is! I'm excited about that. Prop bet for that game. I didn't write one down. Let me think off the top of my head. Zay Flowers touchdown. He didn't get one last week, which is why it works. You are the person with the basket that goes into the pew and asks for the dough. And if you're following Tony Murray and Tea Time Tailgate, I sprinkle a little dough in that. And I feel good about giving a good deed, and you feel good that your pockets are a little bit heavier. All right. Let's see. To end the show, we have 3 items to hit on. We got a mortal lock. We got fantasy stardom and sit 'em. I was doing Survivor picks. I'm out on Survivor. I'm not giving Survivor picks anymore. Yeah, for the rest of the year, which sucks. I'm always out so early, so I'm sorry if you followed me for that Survivor pick. Wasn't a good one. Packers last week for context, and then we're gonna end the show with the horse race, and I want my guy Mackie Duke to win, and we're gonna do something special for him. All right. This is when I get serious. Glasses come off for this. My mortal lock for today. I was mentioning it earlier because we talk about every game, but the Eagles are going into Tampa Bay, where they lost last year in one of their most embarrassing fashions of their Super Bowl season. Jalen Hurts is the type of guy to seek revenge out. He remembers that game. He remembers that feeling that he had, that feeling of embarrassment, and he does not want that to happen again. So when they're going back here, they're not thinking about when they won the Super Bowl last year. They think about going there and getting their asses kicked. They have that taste in their mouth still, and they're gonna be going out for blood. They're gonna come out with the statement. My mortal lock for today, my biggest bet for today, is the Eagles -2.5 for the first half. They are going to go in there, going to make a statement, show up, and show they should have never lost to the Buccaneers last year. They are a better team. They are the Super Bowl champs, and they're going to be looking to go to another Super Bowl again this year. But first of all, their current Super Bowl, today's Super Bowl, I don't even really care for the full game. Today's Super Bowl for them is their first half. You better show up in the first half, Sirianni. No hangovers. Everyone better come ready to go. Better have the best pregame meal that they ever had, because you need to come out hot today for tea time. All right? Fantasy stardom and sit 'em. Let's see. Let me look back to last week what I had for the fantasy stardom and sit 'em. We had a fantasy start for Bucky Irving, AJ Brown, and Cooper Kupp day. He probably had like 13-ish points. AJ Brown had his first touchdown. Gotta like that. Cooper Kupp, I think he had an okay day. The best pick out of those was Brown. My fantasy sit were Mike Evans. I think he had a touchdown last week, and Omarion Hampton, who had his first big game of his NFL career. So take this advice with maybe a grain of salt. Sometimes it doesn't. In my fantasy leagues, I am 2-1, 1-2, and 1-2. All right. So who we got here for fantasy stardom? R.J. Harvey for Denver going against Cincinnati. Cincinnati has one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL. Wait, I didn't even think I said this. When is this game? When is this game? Because I know I didn't pick it. Denver versus Cincinnati. When is this? That's why it's tomorrow. We'll be doing that on Tea Time. Actually, I'm not sure what game yet, because there's another 2-slater for Monday Night Football. So the Cincinnati defense is one of the worst in the NFL. I think Denver is going to win this game big, and I think they need to get this rookie going. He has been a dud so far. People like me who picked him early in your fantasy drafts, they're really kicking themselves, because he's supposed to be your second running back, and he's someone that you can't even put in your lineup. I don't think he's cracked 10 points. But I think because they got a bad defense, Sean Payton's going to want to get him going. I think they're going to pile it on here. I like R.J. Harvey. Put him in your lineups. David Montgomery of Detroit against Cleveland. So Montgomery, he had a big game last week. He looked great. He looked great, and I mean, people are talking about this Cleveland defense. I think they're just going to ground and pound it all day. I think Montgomery, they're going to ride the hot hand, keep handing him the ball, and I think he's going to get in the end zone. So if he's getting in the end zone and they're going to pound the ball, pound this guy into your starting lineup. Just punch your phone, punch it in, punch it into your phone with your literal fist. That's how I want you to set your starting lineup in fantasy. Ramondre Stevenson of the New England Patriots against Carolina. I said this before, but I'll say it again. People are definitely going to want to sit him after last week. Patriot fans and non-Patriot fans are going to want to sit him. Patriot fans just are sick of this guy fumbling. Non-Patriot fans are thinking, this guy fumbled. No way he sees the light of day in this game. No way they even play him out there. You got to read between the lines. You got to listen. Life is about 80% listening, 20% what you say. And I know I might be going against this because this show is 100% what I say, but listen, I listen. Even though I'm talking a lot, I still listen. What I heard this week, Mike Vrabel, his coach, he said, we need Ramondre. Ramondre is important to this team. And they don't want to pull the plug on him. They know in order for them to have a good offense and to have a successful team, he needs to go because Henderson isn't ready. They're going to give him the ball. They're going to give him the ball specifically near the end zone. So I'm looking for him. I'm looking for him today. Put him in your starting lineup. I know it's going to feel gross. It's going to feel weird. It doesn't feel right, but sometimes that's what you need. Even on a Sunday, sometimes you need to do that dirty shit. Geno Smith of Vegas going against the Bears. Bears have a crappy defense. Anyone can pass all over them. And Geno Smith, he is going out for a little bit of revenge because he just hasn't looked good recently. The Raiders haven't looked good recently, but I really think he's going to have a good game. Put him into your starting lineups. I'm guaranteeing over 18 points in fantasy football for Geno Smith. And then we got a fantasy sit-em. So those are our stardom. We had 4 people in the stardom, and then a fantasy sit-em. Travis Etienne of Jacksonville going against San Fran. San Fran has a really, really good run defense, and I have a feeling that Jacksonville is going to have any luck moving the ball forward on the ground. There's going to be a lot of passes in this game. I think we can guarantee under 10 points for Etienne. I don't like him in this spot. And then another sit-em, Krosky Merritt of Washington. They're going to be behind in this game. They're not going to be running the ball that much. He's going into this game questionable. He didn't have a good game last week. I think there was a lot of hype around him that might be too much. I think it's going to be under 10 fantasy points for him too, probably like 7 or 8. It's not something that you want in your starting lineup. So those are the only sit-em that I have. So we did our NFL picks. We did our mortal lock. We did our fantasy stardom sit-em. So, I mean, I think we're in a good spot. It's a little bit of a tighter show than usual. I think we're at the 46 mark instead of the hour, which I like to do. But let me leave you with this sentiment, and then we're going to do a final horse race of the month. And we're doing something special for a special tea timer. So, like I said, today is a big, big day. It's one of those days where as football season comes on, the weather changes. But September is really that sweet spot because you got beautiful days on your hands still. It's almost like the summer. And we got basically 80 degrees out right now. The sun is out. I want you to get together with your friends and family and have a great day. I don't want you... Usually my instructions are eat as much as you can, as often as you can on Sunday. I don't think that's the case on a day like today. I want you to be taking it... I want you to really fuel yourself with the right things. It can still be tasty. It doesn't have to be the most unhealthy thing. It doesn't have to be the most healthy thing. There's somewhere in the middle, something that's not going to weigh you down, but something that you know that can satisfy you, and you're going to be here for the long haul because we have a great Sunday of football coming up that I'm really excited about. So that's my sentiment that I want to leave with you, the tea timers, and hopefully you can get behind that. And then what we're going to do for the last part of the show, there's a guy on this horse race leaderboard. He's a sponsor of the show. He's a former guest. He's someone who's in the chat time and time again, and he deserves to get rewarded. Right when I turned on the stream today, he was the first person in the chat. His name is Mac, Ryan McAuliffe. He was just short right here. He was just short. He had 4 wins this month, and he had, I think, 4 wins all in one show. A little bit short of his co-sponsor, and co-founder of Momentix, Evan, who sits at 6 wins this month. But we're going to give Mac a good shot to win, especially because Evan has won in the past. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a final horse race, and this is how we're going to do it. Mac, let me give him a call. And the call will help explain it. My speaker button's not working. Let's see if he answers. If not, I'm gonna have to take. Wow. How we doing, my dude? So you were alive to stream right now, and I just had a little monologue. We're doing something special for you. Because you are so faithful. You are a true tea timer. You're the definition of a tea timer, and I think you deserve a horse race monthly giveaway win more than anyone else. We're gonna do our final horse race of the month right now. And what I'm going to do is you get to have 5 horses, and there's one horse that's not yours. If that one horse wins, then Evan wins this month. If any other horse wins, you win this month. You don't want the 2. You don't want the 2. Okay. So that's a. What'd you say? You Yeah, you're going against the grain kind of. The 1 and 2 have been hot, but so you got every horse but 2. You got it, man. We got the horse race coming up momentarily. That's, I mean, is there anything better to do on a Sunday morning? You're the best, man. All right, here we go. I'll talk to you. I'll see you in the chat. Bye. Ryan, I'm sorry to do this to you, but you're out anyways. I mean, Hot Dog FC super fan. Let me be correct. Um, so what we're doing that's special, we're giving Mac every horse but the 2. He just happened to pick. He did not want the 2 pony, Rye. He did not want the 2 pony. So it kind of worked out that way. You were out of it anyways. You weren't on the horse race leaderboard. So what we're doing is Mac, he's 1, he's 3, he's 5, he's 6, and he's 4 too. Evan is 2. If 2 wins, Evan wins this month. If any other horse wins, Mac wins this month for the monthly horse race. Let's do it right. Oh, now we got Momentix in the chat. Oh, I love that. Let's go. Quick Momentix plug. If you go to events and you go to events with friends and you don't have the Momentix app, you are not doing events correctly. Please download the app. We're getting the app to 1,000 daily users. That's where we're going. I'm sorry, Big J. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to do this. This is a rare occurrence, but this is someone who needs to be rewarded. So if you can root for anything, root for our guy Mac here. He deserves it. All right, so we're starting this up in the right track. What you could do a little side action with your brother-in-law, and you guys, he's got the 2 horse in this, and then you can get the 6, a little side action, maybe a little wager going on in the chat. But for tea times, intents, and purposes, we got 1 is Mac, 2 is Evan, 3 is Mac, 4 is Mac, 5 is Mac, 6 is Mac. Let's get this guy a dub. It's 5. That's Mac. That's how you start off the race, buddy. That's hot. And that's 1. That's also Mac. Oh, he's coming up big this race. 1 and 5 right there, and another 5. There you go, Mac. Moving on up in this world. And that's a 2. Oh no, Evan already out of the gates. This is a guy that always wins. I don't know what. He's always in the right place, right time. That says something about him. You like to see the toes on the board. That's a 3. That's a 3. That's Mac. Mac. We need to have the whole fleet going. Right now. That's a 6. That's also Mac. You're looking good, dude. You're looking good. That's a 2. Oh no. 2 and 5 tied for the lead. Imagine this. I mean, it was all in his hands. He chose not to have the 2. Let's see if it bites him in the ass or not. That's off the board. That's nothing. That would have been 1, but it's nothing. It's off the board. Oh no. Oh no. It's 2. It's 2. It's 7. He's not even here, and he's winning. Oh God. When he's not even. Oh, thank you. We needed that. We
We need the 4 horse. It's not good that you picked 4 at the beginning of the stream and it still hasn't left the gate. Come on. It's a 6. All right, Mac. There we go. We're back tied for first place. We can win this. We can win this. It's a 1. There we go. Get the fleet moving forward. Get the whole fleet moving forward. That's a 2. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's happening again. It's happening again. That's 3. Okay, so we need the whole fleet. We need this 4. It's a bad sign that 4 is not still in the gate. That's a 6. Nice job. We're tied. We're back tied. Here we go. It's a 5. Come on now. Let's get the whole fleet moving forward. It's a 3. That's okay. We're going to move that up. We're going to move that up. Come on. It's a 2. Oh, no. He picked the only horse. That's the only horse he did not want. It's 6. Okay, we're back tied. We're back tied. It's a really 2 and 6 race. 4 has not even left the gate. It's a 4. Okay. All right, Mac, that's exactly what you needed. I think that's going to propel you to a win. Let's fucking go. It's a 6. There we go. That's going to get him. Come on, that's a 6. It's always a 6 around here. It's another 6. It's another 6. Big J wanted the 6. Of course he did. It's a hot horse around here. 4. Okay, that's fine. Just get the whole fleet moving forward. We're looking for 6, but anyone will do. Anyone will do but 2. That's a 5. Okay, just get the whole fleet moving forward. That's a 3. All right, I mean, 6 is just stalling at the finish line. We need him to get through. It's a 6. It's a 6. You can't see it. You can't see it. There it is. There it is. It's a 6. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Let's get this back up here and close out strong. So we know what we like to do on Tea Time. We like to do a lot of things, but one thing that we always do is we make updates. We're going to look at that horse race leaderboard right now. We're going to look at that horse race leaderboard, and we got Mac. Oh, we got Mac moving to the top. Sariev, this guy deserves it. This guy just deserves it. Way to win, buddy. 10. Bam. That's how you do it. That guy deserved it more than anyone. I'm happy he got the win. It was a little scary for a second with that 2. He was probably shaking in his boots that he picked the 2. But Mac, what you get, my friend, is a box of Truefield golf balls. You are your first. This is your first monthly horse race giveaway. This is the last stream of September, but you know what? Wait, actually, I fucked up. I'm streaming tomorrow. And tomorrow's September. And we just did this whole thing. I put us in a pickle. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? It's the 28th. It's the 28th. Oh, God. I think we just got to give it to him. I think for all intents and purposes, I'll keep saying that. I think tomorrow just counts as October. We're just going to start new tomorrow. Mac, you won. You won fair and square. I said it. I declared it. All right, everyone have a great Sunday. Hopefully Tea Time was hot. Hopefully you got a couple good picks out of it. Hopefully I helped your fantasy lineups a little bit. You'll see me tomorrow, Monday Night Football. I ain't going anywhere, so don't miss me too much. And as always, I salute.